Theological pipe.
I've been expecting you.
There is a God, and
I speak German.
I'm talking.
Game 6 of the 1986 National League Championship Series between the Houston Astros and the New York Mets. The Mets are 1 win away from the World Series. The Astros are 2 wins. It was 3-2 going into Game 6. The Mets were up 3-2. It's the ninth inning, the top of the ninth inning, and the Mets are losing 3-0. So they're on the verge of being beaten and having to go to Game 7. And in Game 7, they were going to face a pitcher who had already beat them in 2 previous games, Game 1 and Game 4. His name's Mike Scott. He was a really good pitcher in the 80s. He was also a cheater, but he was a good pitcher, and he had dominated the Mets in the previous games. So the Mets knew that winning Game 6 was really important. Number 1, to win. Number 2, to go to the World Series. And number 3, to not have to go to a Game 7 to face Mike Scott. So it's the top of the ninth. The Mets are losing 3-0, and they score 3 runs in the top of the ninth to tie the game. The Astros don't score in the bottom of the ninth, and we go to extra innings. And extra innings, especially playoff extra innings, but extra innings is always just special. There's always like an added level of drama, an added level of anxiety, an added level of nervousness when you're watching and when your team is playing or when you're playing. I love extra innings. I love overtime. One of my favorite things, one of my favorite things of all in any sport is overtime hockey. If you make it playoff overtime hockey, it's even more incredible. And if it's Game 7 overtime playoff hockey, forget it. It's the greatest thing in the world. So I love extra innings, and I love the drama that comes from it. And so the New York Mets and the Houston Astros go to extra innings in Game 6 of the 1986 National League Championship Series. In the 14th inning, so the 10th inning, nobody scored. 11th, nobody scored. 12th inning, nobody scored. 13th inning, nobody scored. We go to the 14th inning, and the Mets score a run in the top of the 14th. And now they're 3 outs away from winning the game and the series and going to the World Series. Well, the Astros score a run in the bottom of the 14th, so we're still tied. Now we're going to go to the 15th inning. Neither team scored in the 15th inning. We get to the 16th inning, and the New York Mets managed to push 3 runs across. So they're now winning by 3 runs going into the bottom of the 16th inning. They need 3 outs, and they win the game. The Houston Astros scored 2 runs, and they had, I think, the tying and winning runs on base when Jesse Orosco struck out, and I think he struck out Billy Hatcher, but it may have been Kevin Bass. I don't remember who he struck out, which I should because I'm a Mets fan and I remember these things. But Jesse Orosco struck out the Astros' last player in the bottom of the 16th inning with a tying and winning run on base, and the Mets won the game, won the series, and actually got to go to the World Series, and they won the World Series, a few weeks later, playing the Boston Red Sox. And the beauty of that game, I mean, again, the drama, the anguish, the pain, the joy, the Mets scoring 3 runs to get it to extra innings, the Mets scoring a run in the 14th inning only to have the Astros score a run in the bottom half of the 14th inning, the Mets scoring 3 runs in the top of the 16th inning only to have the Astros score 2 runs in the bottom of the 16th inning, and maybe we're going to go to more extra innings. Maybe the Astros are going to win. It was just an incredible game, and when that last strike happened, it was like just jubilee. It was unbelievably amazing how it happened. Now, here's the problem with that game. Major League Baseball, in all of its genius and geniusness, that's not even a word, but in all their smarts and the people that they have working for them, Major League Baseball this year instituted a new extra innings rule for Major League Baseball that made what happened in 1986 irrelevant. That will never happen again with the new rules in Major League Baseball that they've instituted. They basically just took all the extra inning drama, all the extra inning pageantry, all the extra inning romance, all the extra inning anguish, all the extra inning joy, all the extra innings emotions. All of it is now gone because what Major League Baseball decided to do, the geniuses behind Major League Baseball, it just seems like there's nobody that runs any professional sports league that has any clue about sports and what makes it great. The geniuses in Major League Baseball decided, and I think they took it from like high school girls softball, which nothing against it, but that's the rule. Like in extra innings, you put a person on second base in hopes that they're going to score so the game will be over quicker. And that's what they're doing in Major League Baseball. Right now, if you go to the 10th inning, if you go to extra innings, each team starts with a runner on second base to make it easier to score so the games don't last that long. That game in 1986 that went 16 innings, that was for going to the World Series, it was a playoff game, wouldn't have happened. Major League Baseball doesn't want that to happen. They look at that and say, well, the game was too long. We want games to end quicker. We don't, no, it was an amazing game. It was one of the most amazing games I've ever watched in my life. You think of all the major league games that you have watched, if you're a baseball fan, and the ones that go to extra inning that end on an extra inning home run in like the 13th inning, a walk-off home run, or just some crazy play that happens that lets your team win. That's beauty. That's part of what makes the game amazing. And Major League Baseball, for some reason, just basically blew all that up and said, no, we don't care about drama. We don't care about passion. We don't care about, highs and lows. We don't care about the romance and the peaks and the valleys and the joy of the game. We want the game to be over as quick as possible. So we're going to institute a high school softball rule to make the game go faster and get it over quicker. And it's just a stupid rule, and it's stupid people making stupid decisions. I don't know if it was the rules committee or the competition committee or whoever it was. Stupid across the board. My hope is that after a year they look and say, yeah, that's a stupid rule. We're going to get rid of it. We're gonna change it. There was even one that I still just go back, just keep extra innings the way they are. But I think it was either Keith Hernandez or Ron Darling. I was listening to a Mets game the other day, and they talked about how they don't like the rule. They think it's stupid as well. They understand, I understand we got to get the games over. I don't understand that part. But they even said, I think it was Hernandez, but again, it might have been Darling, said, hey, I would even let's do that runner on second base in the 12th inning. Like, let's play the 9th, let's go to extra inning, let's do the 10th, the 11th, then maybe in the 12th inning you put the extra runner on, or the 13th or something. I don't like that. But that's better than just starting extra innings with a person on second base, and I just think it's stupid. And again, my hope is that Major League Baseball is going to come to their senses and say, this was a stupid one-year trial and it didn't work, we don't like it, nobody likes it. The problem is, knowing how genius they are, what they're probably going to do is say, hey, let's put a runner on second base every inning. Let's make the game. Let's let 5 innings be an official game, and let's have a runner on third base because that'll make it even quicker. Just play the game and highlight the game and highlight the passion and highlight the players and highlight the strategy. It just seems like so many people are doing so many things antithetical to what people like about the game, right? Nobody cares about your political movements during the playoffs. We want to watch a game. I'm not saying sports shouldn't be political. I'm not saying players should take stances. But when leagues take stances that divide people because they're afraid of one side or the other, that's just stupid. And you're dividing. Sports is meant to bring us together and to help us to share in that joy and that pain and that anguish and that passion and that emotion. And sports leagues are just doing the exact opposite of what they should do. And there's no clearer evidence for me than the moronic extra innings rule in baseball. And this really isn't like a theological pipe moment. This is more like a theological baseball rant moment. But I love baseball. I love sports. Again, I think they're a gift for us to be able to watch and to enjoy and to regenerate ourselves, to recharge ourselves. Heck, the word recreation is recreation. We build ourselves back up. We heal ourselves through sports, through activity, and don't ruin it. Don't make it worse. And again, I know no one that thinks, I've not heard one commentator, I've not heard one person that has praised the Major League Baseball extra inning rule. And that usually happens even when there's rules that are stupid. Usually people want to stick up for the group they cover or whatever, but it's a stupid rule and it needs to change, and I hope it changes. I'm not holding out a lot of hope again, because the people that instituted it in the first place are the ones that are going to decide how they're going to change it, and they'll probably make it worse. But, man, get rid of the Major League extra inning rule. Get rid of that rule and go back to the way things normally were. So that's my rant. It's my theological pipe moment. So put that in your theological pipe and smoke it. Baseball, change the Major League rule, the extra innings rule, and get back to playing baseball. Put that in your theological pipe and smoke it. See you next time.
Well, bye.